This is going to be a review of the, I don't know how you pronounce it, OXO? OXO Good Grips Non-Stick Bread Pan. Okay, so here we go. Let me show you what it looks like in the package. Let me show you what it says on the back of the package. So I picked this up in the store at the Bed Bath & Beyond. And before I get to that, this is what I've been using for years. I'm not going to say the name of the company over there, but this is the pan that I've used for years. It's a nice big pan. It's definitely, even though I think the dimensions are supposedly the same, when you make a bread, it looks wider, it looks bigger. It just looks, I don't know, well, why? Because this pan fits into here, so that's why. So this is considered a one loaf pan. I think this is also considered a one loaf pan, but this is bigger. So I bought this thing because I wanted to make 2 breads at the same day, and I used this a week ago. Now look at this. It's rounded corners. Rounded corners. Textured bottom, I think they talk about. I don't know what they talk about. But I don't want to get into that. I want to get into why should you use this pan. I was worried that it was going to stick. I know it's a non-stick pan, and they say it's going to be a non-stick pan. Normally what I like to do when I make a bread is I put shortening in the pan, and then I coat it with some general purpose flour, and everything pops out really nice. And in this case, I decided I don't want to take the risk of the bread not coming out right, so I just sprayed it with some butter spray and did a little bit of the. Let me tell you exactly what I did. You've heard that guy who works in that White House that goes. Okay, that's what I did. I shook this thing around, and the bread popped out in 2 seconds. Let's look at a pan that I've used for many years. And I was thinking, do I really want to spend the extra money? These aren't exactly cheap, but when I made one bread, I thought, this is worth it. I don't know that I'm going to need 2 of them, but I don't know that I'm going to be using this anymore. So let's look at the construction of this. This is probably how bread pans have been made for years, and they serve their purpose. This reminds me of when I was in junior high and in metal shop, and we made a pan. Okay, so reminds me of when I was in metal shop, and we made a pan, and this is how we made these things. You bend them over, and you put them together, and you fold them, and... Okay, so why don't I like this pan? You know, the pan served its purpose for many years, and it's been a good pan, until this pan came along. This pan, you definitely have to do coating. You have to do the coating. You don't do the coating, you're in trouble. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, but I think you can already see the problem. So you have these seams here. And I can't tell you how much hot water I put in there and how much scrubbing I did to try to clean this seam. And what you end up doing is you have to go in there with toothpicks, or you have to, well, there we go. Look in the corner over there. This has been soaked in boiling hot water. Let me get a better angle of this. This has been soaked, let's zoom in. Will that work better? Soaked in tons of hot water, and you can only get this thing so clean. You can't, this stuff doesn't come out. So over here, you don't have it. Well, you do a little bit. You can see the rest of the pan is fairly clean. Let's go look at this corner over here now. Let's try to get the lighting in there a little better. I mean, look at that. That's why I don't want to use the pan anymore, because I spend forever trying to clean it. I spent a lot of time cleaning that and soaking it, and it's just not, health-wise, hygiene-wise, I don't like it. Okay, there we go. That's a beautiful shot right now. Right in that crack. Look deep in the crack. Look at all that gunk coming out of that crack. You don't want your crack to be dirty like that. You don't want that the dried bread or the dried shortening or the dried flour or the bread material. You don't want that gunk sitting in the bottom of your pan. So here we come back to this pan. You don't have that problem with this pan. You're never going to have the problem because you're spending a lot more money and you're going to get a pan that has the rounded corners, rounded edges, smooth edges. And yeah, it's going to cost you some bucks, but you're not going to have to deal with this nastiness. And believe me, that's gross. And when I make a bread, you know, when you're cooking this thing at 100 and 300 and some degrees, you're not going to have a bacteria problem, but you want to clean it before you cook, and then you've got to clean it after you cook, and it's just not worth it. So, my opinion, my review, the Good Grips OXO non-stick 1 pound loaf pan. You can pick it up. I'm going to put the Amazon link in my description. If you click on it, it will help me out a little bit. If you like my reviews, please do a thumbs up, a subscribe, a like. If you want to donate to my channel, ask for my PayPal info. If you have a product you want me to review, if I can get a hold of it, I'll do the review. Thanks for watching. Make sure you watch all my other videos. And Happy New Year, everybody.